Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 39 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's bi-weekly Nintendo podcast. I am your host this week, Brad Ellis, and joining me, as always, we have Micah Moriarty. Hello, Micah. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing well. I'm actually very excited because Colin and I's anniversary coming up next week, but that's not what I'm excited about. All right. What I'm excited about is our bakery. Well, I am, but our bakery from our wedding. All right. They give you a free cake on your 1-year anniversary. You get a free miniature of your wedding cake. They give you a 6-inch tier of the same flavor. I have been waiting a year for my free cake, and it is finally approaching. So I'm very excited about this.
That's awesome. That's so cool, man. I love that. Was that a big factor deciding to go with that bakery?
I mean, I'll say it helped them because I was like, oh, that's such a cool gesture. The cake was delicious. We did the tasting and it was like literally some of the best desserts I've ever had in my life. So I was like, and even Colin liked it. Colin doesn't like cake. So that was the big thing. It was like, Colin was like, this cake is excellent. I was like, you hate cake. So we had to go with them. And yeah, the free cake on your anniversary, definitely a plus. Really adds to the vibe of like, these are nice people. They want me to buy this cake here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. And also joining us, of course, Mr. Gene Park. Gene, hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello again, Brad. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
We see each other so much.
Yeah, we see each other very frequently.
Yeah, it's like every day, bro.
Yeah.
It's not even like, yay, what's up, Brad? Or anything like that. It's like, hey, Brad.
It's like, hey, yeah.
You're just checking in
Yeah.
on you.
It's like regular office coworkers.
Now at this point than I think most people, which is crazy.
Yeah. Gene, you just had a story go up recently about, what was it, Bernie Sanders with Pokemon and Valkyrie?
Yeah, Pokemon go to the polls.
Yeah.
I had to say that. But yeah, Bernie Sanders will be appearing tonight, Tuesday night, October 22nd, at 7:30 p.m.
Interesting.
With, it would already happen when the show went up, but yeah, with Pokemon and Valkyrie. And this is for the gamer vote.
The gamers, that's right.
For Kamala Harris.
The gamer demographic.
Yep. And then Tim Walz had some World of Warcraft stream.
Dude, that was so awkward. I watched some of it.
It was really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it was because it was split screen, Gene. It was just like one side's just someone playing WoW, and the other side is just Tim Walz just, I don't know, talking. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah. I think it was like the Subway Surfers tactic. Just have gameplay on one side, and then the thing that you want people to pay attention to on the other side.
Yeah, it's like some TikTok brain nonsense. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
But WoW, that doesn't make sense because everyone that plays WoW is like 35 years old.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's it's not for young men. It's they're for folks like us.
Yeah.
WoW is old. WoW is
old. Yeah, feels old. All right, we got a couple warm-up questions before we get into the show. This is from Loom Doom. Hello there, punching patriots. I got a warm-up question for you all. Imagine that you're out to brunch with your friends and family. There are no restrictions on refills of your coffee, but you must serve yourself. You go get a refill of your coffee, and as you're strolling back to your table, you trip and spill your coffee all over another customer. Who would you rather the other customer be in this scenario? Ganondorf, King DDD, or Bowser? Please explain. Cheers, and have a good rest of the show. I like how you explained that there is like unlimited refills of coffee. That's so not necessary to this whole scenario. But
it's like the setup is just that you're at a buffet and you get your own beverage. But I like the thoroughness here.
The detail. All right, Micah, who are you spilling coffee on?
Oh my God. I mean, you guys know it's Ganon. because I mean, he's not gonna get mad. All I have to do is fuck him, so this will be fine. This whole scenario, this is our meet cute. In this scenario, I'm not married, all right? So, and I don't even know Colin, all right? I'm setting this up in my mind that I'm single, ready to mingle. This is my meet cute. Oh, I'm so sorry, Wind Waker Ganon, the hottest Ganon. My apologies. Let me fix your robe. Oh, you're not wearing underwear under there. All right, let's get out of here. This is gonna be fine.
Yeah. Have you seen Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf?
Oh, sure, he's fine.
Okay, I thought that's one of the ladies. Like that's the one I heard most ladies were fawning over.
They're all fine, okay. But Wind Waker Ganon has a certain je ne sais quoi.
He's like the most old man one out of them all. Is that what you're into?
Well, yeah, that as well. It's like the
puffiest chest there too.
Yeah.
He's got the Dracula robe, and like in the boat is in that one as well. The Red Lion boat.
Oh yeah,
The boat, that's right. The boat.
There's so many characters to choose from in Wind Waker.
Oh my god, dude!
Wow, this is what you get for the Patreon tier.
Yeah, Patreon tier.
Patreon tier, guys.
Micah thinks the boat King of Red Lions is hot from Wind Waker.
Micah erotic fan fiction.
Yeah,
that's
the boat.
Game Grumps is doing that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with on their Patreon. One of the things they do is really read fan fiction, which of course is often spicy. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll start writing it myself. We can have that be a Patreon tier.
That's a great tier. Yeah, Micah writes fan fiction
because I remember that was one of their biggest episodes. Whenever Dan would just read Sonic erotic fan fiction. So,
exactly, and
just put that behind a paywall, baby. Hell yeah,
right? Because they had to cut so much for YouTube, of course, and so now they put it on Patreon. It's like you can say whatever you want on here.
I think you found your next constellation topic, Micah.
Yeah,
erotic fan fiction.
Oh, sure, specifically erotic fan fiction. Yes. What's it about Ganondorf? Is it the big nose that you like?
He's just attractive. Maybe it is because he's old. Maybe it is because he's thousands of years old. Clearly, I like old men. Okay, so, like maybe it's just because he's thousands of years old and eternal. That's pretty cool. It'd be like banging Jesus or something, I guess. So
sure.
That adds a whole layer to it.
Yeah. Have you seen Demise?
No. What is that?
From Skyward Sword. It's kind of like the essence of Ganon. He's like the first one, I guess. You might be into him. Well, he might be like a little too scary, but yeah, you could take a look. He's got his shirt off and stuff.
I mean, scary is good. There's this video of this guy dressed as a clown, and he's like terrifying, but it's like one of the most attractive people I've ever seen. I'm gonna find it and I'll send it to you guys. But like, he's like this like really scary clown, but I'm just like, this man's beautiful. I don't know what you guys are seeing. Man. Oh yeah,
women,
this guy works. He's got fire for hair. That's cool.
Yeah.
I could take him out for a coffee, go to a little Starbucks date. I bet he likes pumpkin bread.
Gene, who are you spilling coffee on?
I was gonna say King DDD because you never know what you're gonna get with the guy.
Yeah, he's just a dumb penguin.
Yeah, he just probably just laugh it off or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I would be pretty excited to meet Bowser,
Oh, yeah.
Just the Mario gang in general. I was already pretty excited to see the Bowser statue at the Nintendo New York store, If I got that excited just to see the statue. Yeah.
Have you?
Remember when we had the LSM Live in New York City?
Yeah.
That was the same weekend as Princess Peach's Showtime's premiere.
Yeah.
And or like around the same time, I think like a weekend afterwards, and I was mad that I didn't get to see Princess Peach.
Yeah, you got.
I still remember that. I still remember like, oh man, I didn't get to see her.
I don't know if I saw her. I can't recall.
I think Dustin did.
Yeah, have you guys been to Universal, like the Nintendo stuff?
No.
Yeah.
Oh man, see Bowser's Castle on that, Gene. Real cool. Got to make it happen someday for you guys. Maybe when they add the Donkey Kong Land or something, because they're gonna do more.
I'm pasting. I found the scary clown guy, and I'm pasting that in the chat here.
All right, let's.
I need you guys to tell me if this guy's attractive or not.
Oh my god!
Is
it just his like mannerisms? Well, first of all, this guy looks like a freak. Like, what are those
Okay.
teeth?
The teeth are
I think
half
it's
of it.
the danger. He's got like piercings in his brow bone.
It's just
I don't
an
know, man.
attractive clown man.
Yeah, women, dude. I don't know what to say. He's got paper clips in his ears.
I don't even want to look at him anymore. So
He looks like Colin, just ramped up a bit.
a little bit, yeah. It looks like Colin the Clown makeup. It looks like insane Colin Colin posse.
Yeah,
That's
a little ramped up.
Looking at.
ICP Colin, yeah.
ICP Colin.
I'm spilling.
Violent C.
Yeah, that's right. That's his con name. I'm spilling coffee on DDD because he is just a dumb penguin, and I feel like he's the least hostile. Ganondorf is going to send me to like the Shadow Realm or whatever, and I don't want that. Bowser's going to light me on fire probably, and I don't want that. King DD, I don't know. You give him like a piece of cake, and I think he'll be happier. You know, he seems easy to forgive. If you're a Kirby villain, you're really not that insane. You're pretty mellow.
I'll give him some cake, all right. I'll tell you that.
Oh, geez. All right. This is from Skyborg. Hey, Punching Up crew. Wrong show, I know, but sort it out, Brad. I had to do a double take when you said last show that F-Zero GP Legend, one of my favorite GBA games, as a child, never released outside Japan, where it was F-Zero Climax that was a Japanese exclusive. Put some respect on the F-Zero name, sort it out. All that aside, much love for everyone at LSM, and I asked for a new F-Zero game, and all I got was F-Zero 99 kind of day. Thank you, Skyborg, for the correction. Appreciate that. Put some respect on F-Zero. I maybe will when Nintendo decides to put some more respect on F-Zero. Maybe when you get a proper game one day. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Micah? If they can't be bothered to give a shit about it, I mean...
here it's like, here's F-Zero 99. It's like, cool, I guess, but... Where's a new F-Zero? It's something on Switch Online. The 64 one. I think the SCNS one is, but not 64. Come on, guys. Let's go. All right. Crew, we had some heinous shit happening. Game Freak. Data breach. Red alert. Pokemon info dump out there. Bunch of personal information for the whole team, which is not good, but they got data breached, and they confirmed themselves that it was a data leak. And there was a hack in August this year, apparently. But it revealed lots of stuff like lost Pokemon, concept art, employee info, and Pokemon lore. And out of there's like a ton of information in this, and I didn't dig through everything because there's so much, but there was some really weird stuff in here. Really weird stuff, particularly some backstory that was not used, thank God, for some of these Pokemon. But there was concepts that they were toying around with and stuff like that. I think this is particularly relating to an earlier time in the Pokemon timeline or whatever, when the relationship between Pokemon and humans were not clear or set, I suppose. But what is this guy's name? Typhlosion, I think is how you say his name. But there's Typhlosion lore, where he kidnaps a girl, gaslights her, and forces her to give birth to a half-human, half-Pokemon child. Nintendo, they work with Nintendo, by the way. So keep that in mind. That's some heinous, weird shit. But there's a bunch of other stuff. Scrapped evolution methods, unreleased Peanut Pokemon, which there's a picture of. I posted that link. You guys can see it. Yeah.
It's so cute.
A Rhyhorn racing minigame, random unreleased Gen 6 Pokemon, alternative Mega Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur concepts, an in-house engine, concept art of the Toe Biter Mons. What? Unreleased black and white Pokemon, Neobat, Mega Venusaur, Gen 3 map editor, and beta sprites. So there's a huge amount of Pokemon info. Unfortunately, none of us are huge Pokemon fans in here, I would say. Gene, you probably have the most experience with Pokemon as far as I'm aware. But what do you think about all this Pokemon leak coming out here? Well, first of all, no one hates leaks more than Nintendo. Anything with Nintendo, they go ballistic every time. But now their baby Game Freak got hit.
Remember when the Insomniac leaks happened?
Yes.
And all these gaming influencers and journalists were like, we're
not covering that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to cover this because because I have friends in this industry and this is unethical or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I'm that person. The only reason why I'm not paying attention is because I just don't want to know about this fucking shit, dude. That's all. I don't have any friends at the Pokemon company. I don't have any blah blah blah. There's no ethics or anything like that I'm trying to cross here. I just don't want to fucking know about any of this heinous Pokemon shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the writers actually came on and said like it wasn't quite rape or something. He had to specify that it wasn't actually going to be that. So yeah, maybe things were misinterpreted or whatever. But I just don't want. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I know a lot about Pokemon, I guess, or probably the most out of LSM now at this point. But I have not actually paid attention much to Pokemon. I could not tell you the names of even the Gen 1 Pokemon, let alone any of the in-between gens. But Gen 1 is really, I'm just a Gen 1 guy.
Me too.
And then I played Pokemon X and Y, and I love that. But in between, there's a lot of Pokemon lore in between missing. I played Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I played the new Switch ones. That's pretty much it. But everything in between, I don't know. So yeah, even Typhlosion.
Typhlosion.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of attachment to these monsters, and I certainly don't want to know more. But everything you told me now, even where he kidnaps a girl, gaslights her, forces her to give birth, is stuff that's all stuff that I was actively trying to avoid. So thanks, Brett.
Yeah, I think most of the world was unfortunately trying to avoid it. I was trying to avoid it. I don't want to know this stuff either, but unfortunately, I got a job to do, so I have to look into all this heinous activity. You
know that meme about everything I know about so and so has been against my will.
Yes,
like that's kind of what it is. But, and also the Hawk-Tuah girl. If I can go on a side rant,
yeah, please.
I don't know. I every time I heard about Hawk-Tuah girl, I was like, I don't want to know anything about it, and I actively avoid it. I never looked it up. Like, what is Hawk-Tuah? Google or whatever like that. I never looked it up.
No,
it's just being bombarded. Industry plant. The person. That has to be it because it's just she's just everywhere now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, how are you so popular? I don't understand.
It's crazy. It's crazy. All she did was get interviewed once, and she made a stupid blowjob joke, and then now she's, and then to be fair, Talk-Tua is an amazing name for a podcast.
Yeah.
So if she was going to do anything, then I'm glad she's doing that with that name. So good job to that thing in particular. But oh my god, I'm fucking tired of like just being bombarded with information I don't know, including this fucking rapey Pokemon shit.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, I hate even saying that sentence. That's disgusting.
Yeah, gross.
I mean, and it gets worse because the half Pokemon child is like ostracized from the village and like disappears and is never seen again. It's like you wrote all of this. You wrote all of this.
Just becomes a metaphor Refantasio subplot.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the thing with this leak is that I mean this. All right, how do I word this? It's things that we were clearly never supposed to see. And I know that's the nature of a leak, but I don't mean in the way of the Insomniac leak where it's like, oh, you were telling me financial data. You're telling me unreleased titles that are coming soon. This is shit that we were never supposed to see. These weren't things that were coming soon. We were never going to hear about Pokemon marries a woman ever. I mean, we all know about the whole Mr. Mime. He freaks me out.
Yeah.
Mr. Mime's too human. There's that whole weird thing in the cartoon where it's like, I think this mom is married. I think she's with Mr. Mime. I think she is. But
right,
it's like,
that's so weird.
There just is. It's like we weren't supposed to know this, and I genuinely like G, and I'm like, I almost wish I didn't see it. It's too much. This is too. I'm supposed to look at Let's Go Eevee and know that like oh, that thing might want to fuck me. I don't know. Like it's weird. It's too weird, and they wrote it. They did this.
Yeah,
but we weren't supposed to see it. This is the creative process. Part of the ugly side of the creative process where you just spitball shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What if Pokemon had sex with us and they were like, write it down, Gary. I don't think we're going to use it, but you write it down. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, because the Pokemon lore, as far as I understand, like kind of hints that humans are another type of Pokemon. So it would make sense that it would not be like cross species or whatever like that, because it would just be like a Pokemon being attracted to another Pokemon, basically. Yeah.
It's just the fact that humans are maybe a different type of Pokemon. It's just too far. Just stop.
Yeah.
Because like, why are you even bringing that up? The only reason you would bring that up is to make this happen.
It would be funny if if I'm actually confusing that with Power World, because I know that's actually a thing in Power World where humans are the pals, are also pals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Whatever.
But that's probably another thing Power World copied, so who knows?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, lots of weird Pokemon leaks out there. Disgusting stuff. But I'm sure if you're into Pokemon, there's like some cool designs probably of cut Pokemon. I saw some of them, like I recognize, of course, Charizard and Blastoise and Venusaur, and seeing all their concept. Like Blastoise, this version had like a huge like mustache thing. It was really strange, but I was into it. But it's cool to see all that stuff. And of course, like the map editor is awesome and the beta sprites are cool. But yeah, some of this just too much, guys. Too much digging. Game Freak, you guys are freaks. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, it is a funny company name, right? When you think about it. It's not as weird as like Naughty Dog, or
yeah, that's such a weird name too.
Yeah, like even Blizzard Entertainment is a weird name too. When you think about it. But Naughty Dog is
Naughty Dog is the weirdest name.
Yeah, even Sucker Punch.
Dog.
Yeah, even Sucker Punch. Like it's very like 90s leftover 90s like edginess that still persists today and
still there. Yeah,
7.
All right, well, let's move on from disgusting Pokemon. Sorry, all you Pokemon fans out there. I know you love them. I just need a great new Pokemon game. Well, did you play Arceus, whatever it's called, Gene?
I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was going to say, people liked that one, from what I remember, a lot. Way more. But
yeah, I like the real-time. I wish the world was better, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the actual real-time combat and everything, that was great. That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd ever play it again, but
Yeah. I mean, it was enough for you to play a lot of it. I played
exactly. Yeah. If they upgraded with something more modern, modern in terms of the lands and like the premise and also the graphics, then yeah, for sure, I'll be back.
I played Shield for a bit, and I couldn't believe how much it felt like Pokemon hasn't changed when I played that game. I was like, what is this? This feels so unambitious, I should say. Then I played Scarlet and Violet, some of it, and way more interesting, Gene. Way more potential. Just ran and looked like trash.
Yeah, but pretty cool world, pretty huge world. The way they scattered the Pokemon into different biomes or whatever is cool. And it always makes sense.
Yep.
The open world like areas were interesting to navigate. So yeah, they're improving, they're learning. So
yeah, just make your games run good.
We'll get there someday. I'm gonna be like 60 years old when there's a finally decent Pokemon game. For fuck's sake, dude.
All right.
Oh my god, that's so depressing. I've been playing Pokemon since I was in fucking high school.
Yeah.
And to think that I can finally get like a really, really good version of it when I'm like 16 years old.
I think I was in 6th grade, when Pokemon came out. Yeah, God. I'm 37 now, by the way, and it's still...
Jesus, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm 43, so I was in high school. So
yeah, good Lord. Oh, boy. Wait, Micah, you probably had a good age for Pokemon. I don't know if you played with Pokemon. I'm sure a lot of kids around you did.
Yeah, you're
absolutely.
the SpongeBob age too.
Well, right. So yeah, Pokemon came out here in 1998. So I would have been 5, and I remember the big craze. I remember like Burger King, Pokemon toys being huge.
Oh yeah.
But being a Jehovah's Witness, we weren't allowed to have Pokemon. And it was a huge thing. Like they were telling us at church, like these are demonic. You cannot have Pokemon. Like don't let your children play with these. And like my mom didn't know before that like talk they gave at church. So we had like the Burger King Pokemon toys. She made us throw them out. Like she was like, get rid of those things. They're evil. So Pokemon was always regarded as dangerous and from the devil. as an adult, I think it's just cute. But
Yeah.
but now maybe they were onto something with all this stuff that's come out. I don't know. Maybe they're right. Maybe there's something wrong with Pokemon.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that Pokemon is from the devil. So we'll just leave it there. All right, bad news. This just came out like 30, 40 minutes ago. But apparently the Ubisoft or the Prince of Persia Lost Crown team reportedly has been disbanded by Ubisoft because it did not reach sales expectations. A sequel was proposed, but did not get greenlit. This is another black eye for Ubisoft, Gene. What do you think about what's going on, man? What's happening?
Oh my god, man! We've been talking about Ubisoft so much, but it's yet another story, you know. My favorite podcast, Castle Super Bees, yesterday we're talking about like Ubisoft, and then like one guy was like, "Did you read the Ubisoft story?" And he read a headline. He's like, "No, I'm not even talking about that Ubisoft story. I'm talking about this other Ubisoft story."
Oh my god!
And yeah, this is yet another Ubisoft headline, which goes to show that they have no faith in their own talent. You know, oh my gosh, just like what we talked about with Hogue, if they ever go private, like. Probably 10,000 people or more will lose their jobs. You know, Ubisoft is about to collapse in and of itself. And this idea that Assassin's Creed Shadows is all riding on Assassin's Creed Shadows is crazy. You know, Assassin's Creed in Japan is supposed to be the surefire hit, not like, oh my god, everything is on fire. You know?
Yeah.
It's insane, and that's what happens when you just take too long on a good idea that you had the whole time, you know. And then now Assassin's Creed Shadow is going to release on the same month as fucking Pyro Yakuza, where the Yakuza team is like, fuck it, we'll just put Black Flag in our game, you know.
Yeah.
like fuck you guys, you know. Like, and then they had that tweet that said, you know, like it's quadruple A, you know.
Yeah,
like,
quadruple A pirate game. That's right.
Yeah, the Yakuza team is just straight up mogging like the rest of the industry with their games, but it's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible. Micah, how do you feel about all this?
Rest in peace, Ubisoft Montpellier.
Yep.
You know, I've been talking. Listeners of the show know that I've been playing Lost Crown this whole year. I've been trying to finish it. It's a great game. So you know, I wish I could say go out and play it to support the team, but that's you know, it sucks. It sucks to hear this. You know.
Yeah, it does. Micah, how are you feeling about all this?
No, this is a big disappointment for me. Strictly as a gamer, I really hate to see when studios don't get a second try at something. I really do just think if you look at most games that are successful franchises, the first game is rarely the strongest. And I'm not saying this is the first Prince of Persia game, but I mean, like, doing this game, the art style and everything really caught a lot of people's attention. It was getting a lot of good like reviews and like criticisms from people. Like, this game, especially like around Last Stand Media, like Colin really enjoyed it. Like, there was a lot of good buzz around this game. And then seeing that the sequel was, you know, denied because it didn't make the sales expectations, it's like, I understand it's a business, but it always just feels like game companies these days aren't willing to take the second, you know, bite at something, and that they don't give the studio enough of a chance to really try an idea like the second time with, you know, like, okay, well, we did this, we got feedback, let's try it again. I'll always lament this for games like The Order 1886, for example. I know that game had issues. But the point being that the story was awesome, the gameplay was great, and if they had just gotten, I feel, one more try, they could have done something incredible. But it's the one more try is what I feel like they don't get. And it just sucks to see. This isn't a Micah game. This isn't a game I played, but I watched Colin play it. And it just is a shame to see a really neat game and not get a follow-up that could have been even better, could have been more widely received. You know, it's just a bummer from that perspective of, I wish these studios at least got a second try. I'm not saying you keep giving them, you know, try after try and keep throwing things at the wall, but, you know, one game to judge the entire studio's merit off of, like, that's kind of sucks.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with a lot of the slop Ubisoft has put out. It's a shame to see a game that a lot of people loved.
Yeah, and we're
not do well.
seeing Assassin's Creed Shadows, the early access has been canceled. If you ordered the, what was it, like the collector's edition, you were getting early access. They've removed that now because God knows they don't want you to see that game until it comes out. So it's like, man, this isn't looking good. And the game you had that did look good, you're not gonna pursue further. I don't know. It just seems crazy.
Yeah. Very unfortunate time. Yeah, Ubisoft, weird spot right now. They're in big trouble. I guess we'll see how it plays out. But scary times there to be working there, I'd say.
Yeah, and I say this as someone who the first Assassin's Creed is still my favorite. Why? Because it just was so unique when I tried it. I just loved it. And of course the follow-up games are better. But I'm someone who, like, I really loved Assassin's Creed for what it was. I loved playing all those games all the way through Black Flag. Like, I sincerely adored those games. And if they had stopped after the first one because people said it was repetitive and the missions were boring, I mean, just think of everything that we would have lost by them
Yeah.
not pursuing it further. So it really is just a shame to me, because when you see the progression of games, when you see a franchise starting with Gears of War, starting with the first Uncharted, and you see it's a little rough around the edges, but people get the concept and people really like it, and you give them another shot at it. Like, that's the real shitty thing to me that we're losing here, is this game had just such a cool art style and vibe to the world. Like, I really enjoyed watching Colin play it. And I'm like, it sucks that there's not going to be a sequel, because I think they had something here.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. Sad news all around. All right, let's get a little more sad right now. Alarmo! Nintendo came out with a clock. What do you... I'm shocked and also kind of not shocked, because Nintendo toyed around with things like Pokemon Sleep or whatever and some other stuff like the heart rate sensor, all that stuff. But they finally came out with a clock. The clock is actually kind of cool, but it is $100 right off the bat. You're paying that Nintendo sweet tax right away. I want initial first reactions. I know it's been a little bit since it got announced, but Gene, what were your first reactions when you saw this?
My first reaction was I do not want to wake up to the sounds of my favorite video game. Because man, in Liza P, do you remember in Liza P, they actually used the phone alarm, bwomp, 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 in like the factory?
Yes.
Yeah, when I heard that, it was triggering. I was like, I don't like this boss right here. I don't like to run up to this boss. I don't let me beat this boss right now. It was frustrating whenever I lost against the boss, because I had to hear the iPhone alarm ring again, and I was really disappointed to hear that default sound in my Korean AAA video game. So yeah, I don't want to hear the Breath of the Wild music or sounds and associate that with the feeling of, oh my God, I'm still trapped in my body. Why am I still alive?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear ding, 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 like, and into like, oh my God, I see, this mortal coil,
Yeah. Micah, how do you feel about Alarmo?
I love the idea, honestly. Here's the thing. I totally understand, like, the not wanting to ruin these sounds, because when I'm watching TV and if someone has like the same like iPhone alarm, or something, I'm like, oh my God, shut that shit off, right? Like, it's so jarring. I hate it. But it is just such a fun concept. Like, I do just love the idea. Of course, Nintendo, though, like, why is Nintendo Switch Online required for this?
To buy it? Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, man, just sell the alarm clock. But it's so cute. I love the concept. I love the idea that, like, if you don't get out of bed, like, first, like, a friendly character will appear to try and tell you to wake up, and then like an angry character will appear if you stay in bed too long. I do really like the idea. Of course, they have Pikmin in it. I mean, I love the concept. Am I gonna buy this? No, because it's just crazy to spend $100 on an alarm. To me, like, my phone is an alarm. I can't justify it strictly from that of like, my phone does this for free. It's cute, it's fun. If it was $50, I might have done it.
If
But
it
this
was
is too much.
if it was around then yeah, I would just like buy it just to have it on a shelf or something, right?
Right. Just have it as a clock. Because, for example, I'm a huge fan of Pusheen, as many people know. And I have in my office a little Pusheen alarm clock that came with the Pusheen subscription box a few years ago. And I just have it on the table in here, just out on display. It's not getting any use, but it's just, I have 3 clocks in here, actually. I really like clocks. That's something I don't know if I've ever talked about.
Oh, this is really for you then. Oh my God. It should have been cheaper then.
Yeah, you should buy this then.
I might, but it's like, well, I guess I could put it like right over here. I don't need it, but yeah, I love clocks.
Maybe you should get one actually. Yeah, and actually, you know what? You're kind of selling me on it now because
shut up.
It's working. You're selling me on it because I was like, yeah, I don't want to wake up to it, but if I just have it around and use it as like a timer for certain tasks or whatever, then sure, that actually could be cool. You know.
Mm-hmm. Now I kind of love it.
Yeah, they have like it comes with 5 games,
but yeah,
$100. But I think it comes with 5 games: Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Pikmin 4, I believe,
Splatoon.
And then there's Splatoon, and maybe one other thing. Actually, off the top of my head, I can't recall.
Ring Fit and
Ring Fit. Yeah, who's gonna use Ring Fit? Come on.
I'm surprised no Animal Crossing.
Well, they're gonna add more later, Gene.
Yeah.
Updates.
But I'm surprised it didn't start with Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing. That's the update. That's the update. You're right.
Straight up, Animal Crossing has like good morning, wake up sounds, and good night sounds, and everything. You know.
Wow. Wow. Now I want to buy one. This is not good for me. Why did we do
this? You just imagine like you don't get out of bed and Mr. Resetti shows up, starts screaming at you. All right.
That'd be so good.
Here's the thing, I'm already traumatized. I already have PTSD with Animal Crossing sounds thanks to the pandemic, and I played so much Animal Crossing during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So if I already associate Animal Crossing sounds with bad vibes, then like an Animal Crossing update with a clock, then I can actually use it because I already hate those sounds, so it'll just work. You know?
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Micah. Well, we were talking about how if you stay in bed too long, I do think that's really cool. Someone will come, like Bowser could show up or whatever and yell at you. That's great. What if they got Ganondorf showing up, Micah?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty great. I mean, that makes sense though, because if each theme has the sequence of characters, then he's got to be the one showing up, right? If you select the Zelda one, it's got to be him, right?
He's not in Breath of the Wild. There's Ganon, but not Ganondorf.
What? No, these are all the same.
No.
Is he hot? Is he human?
No, not in Breath of the Wild. In Tears of the Kingdom, he is.
Oh my God.
He is like pure malice in Breath of the Wild, so.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
I mean, it's his feral form. I don't know. Maybe you might be into like furry stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's for you.
No. I'm only emphatic because I'm fucking terrified of mascots. All right, and furries freak me out. And I'm like, no offense, furries of the world, but mascot suits, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
But Juggalo clowns do it.
That guy was attractive, and I'm gonna stand by that. We're gonna have Lockmore put a picture of that guy.
Put that in the description.
Put the link in the description.
Yeah.
And I want everyone to tell me in the comments if this clown man is attractive.
Yeah. Guys, this is not good though. I want to buy this because I'm like, well, I am hosting a Nintendo podcast right now, and I do talk about games for a living, so maybe I should buy it. But I'd feel so dumb, I think, if I just had this. I would be stoked, but I'd look at it and just be like, why'd I do that?
Why is it $100?
Why is it $100?
And then also, because somebody pointed out that the screen itself isn't actually round, you know? Like
it's not.
The screen is a square within the round, and it depending on the angle, it doesn't look quite so high end, you know? Because you can just see the border. And so things like that, I'm like, for $100, why isn't the screen round? Things like that are like, I don't know, man, it just cheapens it slightly. But I keep looking at it. It doesn't even come with the AC adapter sold separately. Like, what the hell, Nintendo?
Forgot about that.
Like, they're getting me, though. I really want it.
We're in bad shape right now, guys. Oh, man. But if they add Animal Crossing sometime soon, it's over, man. It's over. I'm going to buy it. Like, Zelda's already hard enough for me to resist.
Well, do we think they're going to actually make enough of these? Like right now it's on pre-sale and you can still order it.
You
After
can buy
release,
them.
Are we actually going to get these?
I think you can buy them at the Nintendo store in New York already.
Mm-hmm.
Like in physical, but yeah, that's a great question, Micah. I'm really mad that you said that now also, because I'm like, oh shit, that's true. It's Nintendo.
This is the dilemma. They might just never make them again and I'll be like more mad. I don't know. I'm really convincing myself to buy it, but I want to stand firm.
I'm about to buy it, honestly.
I know it's in my cart right now. I'm looking at it.
I didn't put it in the cart yet. I didn't even put it in the cart yet. I just keep scrolling through
Should
the
we make a
images there.
pact
Yeah.
and we all three buy it and just hate ourselves forever? Oh man.
We don't have much time to think about it. It comes out in November.
Oh, it comes out in November?
Yeah.
Dude, I can get that and a PS5 Pro at the same time? Wow. What a day. Fucking nerd day.
Wait, how much is the PS5 Pro?
$700.
So this is a seventh of the cost
It's
of that?
seventh of the cost, yeah.
It's a fucking clock.
Fuck it, dude. I'm gonna buy it.
I think I might buy one.
I'm gonna buy it. You know what? I'm gonna buy it. The silver lining is tax write-off right there at least. At least.
That's something.
I bought it.
Wow.
I bought it. I did it.
That was a quick turnaround. Holy crap.
I know. I got influenced hard. Heavily influenced. I know. I got influenced big time. Especially you guys are talking about Animal Crossing. I'm just like looking to the future of this device now. And Micah really sealed the deal. The final nail in the coffin when she's like, how many do you think they're going to make?
Live service clock. Yeah.
I ain't missing out. Damn it.
The battle pass for the clock, right?
Yeah. Listeners, please forgive me. Don't be like us.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of buying stuff on the podcast, I got my Donkey Kong amiibo.
Ooh, look at that. Yeah. That is nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I never had a Donkey Kong one, so I'm glad I got the regular Mario one, not the Smash Brothers one. Yes. I like the Mario brand characters over the Smash one. So
yeah, that's a nice looking Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
this is like a Gene staple because I think you also ordered Oregon Trail during one of the shows when I was just gushing about it endlessly.
That's right. Yeah,
I bought it.
Yeah, I mean, you're a good influencer. You sold me on that. I still haven't actually continued to play it, but
God, yeah, you're a bad influence, Micah.
Oh, no, I'm going to go buy some canned bread. That's the next thing you got to buy.
Canned bread?
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. That's the one thing I'm always encouraging people to try. You find it in the baked bean aisle at your local grocer.
Why
you can also buy it on Amazon.
But why would I want canned bread where I can just buy bread?
No. This is special bread. It's you eat it with hot dogs and beans. And it's special bread and it's really good.
Bun? You like use it as a bun?
No. You eat it on the side.
Okay, so a hot dog in the bun, in the bread, or do you just do the dog by itself raw?
Oh, no, a hot dog with a bun, some beans, the bread is on the side. Okay. It's delicious. Canned bread is like a Massachusetts classic.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But you can find it other places. They sell it here at our local grocery store. Colin doesn't like it, so I don't buy it very often. But you can get it on Amazon as well.
Okay, I believe it. Yeah, after I learned about fluff, I'll believe anything about Massachusetts culture. So it's fine. All right. Switch online playtest leaks. They had the playtest. Did you guys sign up for this, by the way? There were signups for a while. I did not sign up for it. I totally forgot about it. But I think there was like only 10,000 people or so that got into it. But they were doing a playtest, a new kind of online thing. And of course, it was NDA'd. But of course, also, it was immediately broken. As soon as it went live, people started posting about it right away. And this thing sounds really strange to me. So when I heard about this, I thought I was thinking, I'm like, oh, is this going to be like the new Miiverse or something like that? Some weird like Wii U gimmick or whatever, or the puzzle piece stuff from 3DS, the Street Pass, all that kind of stuff. And this maybe could be kind of like it. But from what we're hearing about this from the leaks, it's kind of some type of MMO thing. Now, that thing I posted in the chat, you guys could see it, or I'm sorry, in the docket, is there's some screenshots of this thing. And it sounds like almost like a Minecraft thing as well. there's a couple screenshots you can find out there, by the way, if you search for them, listeners, if you want to see them. But I'm just going to read the descriptions of each of these kind of things. The first screenshot we see is kind of like it looks like a globe almost, like a bunch of little points on it, kind of like a world. And this is the game's purpose. In this game, the goal is to work with others to fully develop a massive, expansive planet by utilizing creativity and farmed resources. As you progress across the planet, you'll discover new lands, enemies, and resources that will become essential to your journey. So, already MMO vibes right there. The next screenshot, it kind of looks like a Minecraft world inside these, like, it looks like those glass jars people put on anime figures like Dustin. You put those on there. It looks like kind of like that, like a little biome inside it. And it looks like a Minecraft world, honestly, inside it. But it says how to develop. Throughout your adventure, players will be granted special tools known as beacons. These beacons emit a healing light that purifies and develops the land. The higher your beacon is placed, the wider the beacon zone becomes within your beacon zone. Your best work can be done. Players will repeat the process until their current planetary block is considered fully developed. So, yeah, you have these zones where you put up your beacon, and it's zones you can work within. I wonder if there's like some fog or miasma that keeps you from going out further, something like that. But it looks like you're going to be building a lot of structures in there. Kind of in the picture, you see them people just like building blocks up really high. You see different like terraforming in the ground. And the last picture, it looks like some weird little monkey man running through a factory. I don't even know what this is. And it says the dev core. The dev core is a separate space from the planet you'll be developing. Think of it as a social hub to gather with other players. At the dev core, you can level up your character, get items you will need for your journey, commune with others, and more. So it does seem very MMO-esque about being in this shared space with other players and working towards a specific goal, I guess. Yeah, everyone looks kind of like weird monkey things or like a Diglett. I don't mean like a Diglett with arms and legs. I don't even know what this is. Very strange. But Micah, what are your first impressions of all this?
It's interesting for sure. I like the mashup of, like you said, this definitely has a Minecraft type vibe to it, which I love. Minecraft. The collaborative effort is a cool thing to add in there because, of course, Minecraft is often multiplayer and people love to go building things together. So scaling that up is a neat idea. I really am not too familiar with playing like MMOs. The closest I've ever gotten probably to playing a type of game where it's like there's like an overworld goal that everyone's working towards is like Helldivers 2. And you're trying to clear out this zone, and like it shows the percentage, and every time you do a mission there, it keeps going. That's the type of game I have tried out. And it's like, oh, this is fun. It is neat to keep doing this. And you're kind of like collectively working towards this goal independently. However I can say that in the most confusing way possible. And actually, Oregon Trail had a similar function where there would be like community missions to do, whether it was like fishing for a specific thing or collecting a certain amount of gold, for example. So I do think those missions are fun and interesting. The look of it is a little weird, like you said. Like these characters are so strange, and I'm wondering like what the hell that is, but. There's a very neat idea. I'm curious, like how long it actually takes, for example, to develop your little square of land. Like, how much time are they expecting people to put into this? Is this one of those games people are going to be playing for 15 years? Is this the next World of Warcraft for Nintendo fans? And I don't know, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, Gene, what do you think, man?
It looks like a Strand type game, doesn't it?
Yeah, Kojima's pleased.
Yeah, I think that this is the impact of Death Stranding. But yeah, I don't know what to think. It looks interesting. I am certainly more excited about this than GameCube emulation, as people were speculating or whatever.
I want that too, though. Come on.
I mean, we want that too, of course. Yeah, we Virtual Console needs to just come back, just as a concept,
just be Virtual Console, yeah,
just be Virtual Console for Christ's sake. But hey, Nintendo playing the online space, I don't know, but we'll see. But I think we have a write-in, but
yes,
about that. But yeah, I can jump on at that point.
Yeah, here, I'll read it. This is from Gabriel SG. Hello, crew. It leaked that Nintendo is playtesting an MMO of some description. Do you think that Nintendo can revolutionize this genre like it has with nearly every other? Or is it destined for the scrap heap alongside the likes of ARMS? Thanks.
It's mostly the mention of ARMS that hurts.
Yeah, I love ARMS.
I love ARMS. ARMS is great.
It's so good. It was so good. Not to get sidetracked, but ARMS was incredible, and I had a blast playing it. It didn't
we
last
can get
very
sidetracked
long.
because the only reason why I said that let's go to the reader is because they mentioned ARMS. So it's a good reason to talk about ARMS again.
Sure. Yeah, some people liked ARMS.
So good. I genuinely enjoyed it. As someone who is not good at fighting games at all, ARMS was simple enough for me to pick up and enjoy. The problem turned into the other players became way too good. You would be like matched up against some savant and just get your ass kicked. And it's like, I thought we were having fun. So I did stop playing after a while, but I really enjoyed it. You know, those first couple of months playing, it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played online too, actually. It was pretty fun, but I eventually got my ass kicked in some of the later fights. Even the last boss fight gets pretty tricky too. And now, I'm not even sure if I actually beat the final boss for like every single character, but that's what I was trying to do. But man, the music was so good. I love the character design. ARMS should have been a thing. I feel like ARMS should have been the Overwatch of Nintendo.
That's okay. Let's calm down there, right?
Okay, not that far. Okay, yeah.
It should have been the Call of Duty of Nintendo.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it should have been. Wait, did you have to punch in that game? I'm trying to recall. Or could you just push buttons?
You could.
You can just push buttons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
every time I played
it
we
too
punched.
Tiring.
Yeah, it was tiring.
It had pro controller support. So I think that's what probably killed it. Is that like a lot of people, even you, like thought that you had to actually use the motion controls to punch, right?
Yeah, I think I just played it when it came out. That's what all the fucking
marketing was, right? Because it was a Switch launch game. So they're trying to show, look at the Switch, you can do it just like the Wii. Remember the Wii? And it's like, I think a lot of people just thought that was what ARMS was, and not like, oh no, there's an actual solid pro controller support, and it works really well, and you can play it like a pretty interesting and good fighting game, and it's very responsive, and it's on a pro controller is really good. But
nice. It probably sold okay because it's a launch game, but I don't know, Nintendo.
Yeah, you're right. It probably did sell pretty good for being a launch game, like a launch game.
Because there was like that Zelda, and there was
1-2 Switch.
1-2 Switch. Yeah,
which I loved.
Yeah. I was playing Snipper Clips. That's where I was at. Besides Zelda. Yeah, Snipper Clips. Micah, don't you dare shake your head at my beloved Snipper Clips.
It just makes me so anxious. It just makes me so anxious. You could cut the tension with a knife when I'm playing Snipper Clips. I just want to... It's because like I like games that make me a little anxious, like Overcooked. That like delightful chaos. But something about Snipper Clips doesn't feel the same, and I get just genuinely like I want to scream, you know, like there's something about Snipper Clips that really upsets me.
They're just like cute little shapes that you move around. They're laughing, having a good time.
It just doesn't. I don't know. There's something about it that like genuinely disturbs me.
All right, fair enough.
To answer the reader, I mean, you know, jumping out the ARMS point, yeah, if Nintendo is able to communicate what this game is very clearly, then I think this game will be a hit. You know, Nintendo makes hits very easily. They just need to know how to market it. You know, Nintendo seems to fail whenever they fail knowing how to talk about a new thing that they're doing. You know,
yeah.
I'm
very curious about this. Yeah, Wii U. Bleh. I'm very curious about this whole thing, though. I'm gonna definitely check this out. This sounds fascinating to me. Just because I know it's
cool from the screenshots. It looks interesting. It's very colorful.
It's gonna be really cool, Gene. But I know there's gonna be something so dumb about it in its design that feels like it's 15 years old. I can just feel it already. It's gonna have it's like your voice chat through your phone kind of thing. There's gonna be something like that in this game, and I just know it, and I can't wait to see what it is. Like you got to use your phone or something to trade with someone in the game or something dumb like that.
Yeah.
You need a Nintendo Switch Online account to, I don't know, do that or something like that.
This is how Kojima will bring back transferring. Remember transferring?
Dude, transferring, Gene. Yes. Oh, yeah. We should bring that back.
We should bring back transferring.
Yeah, transferring is too good. All right, so we'll see more of this. I'm sure more people are going to leak it because that's just the way things go.
I know. It's like, how is this not going to leak?
It's going to, yeah. Like what? Like they knew, they had to know this was going to leak. There's no way. There's no way
this is going to leak. Yeah, they're actually not that stupid. Actually,
yeah. You put this to the public, you know
No.
it's going to leak.
yeah.
This is the Sonic movie, leaking images of Sonic, and it's like, whoa, you're just trying to get some intel on if we hate it or not, and we did hate it. And so they're just trying to get a buzz going and find out, like, if the general population is like, this looks pretty cool, they're like, all right, proceed. Or if everyone's like, this shit sucks, Nintendo's just gonna scrap it. All right.
Yeah.
What's wild is that Nintendo MMO is not Pokemon. Like
I know
that. If you want to talk about, Ubisoft waiting too long to wait to make a good idea, Nintendo and Pokemon MMO is the golden ticket idea that they still haven't done.
Yeah, it's been for so long.
Yeah.
Even like in the early 2000s, everyone was thinking about that.
What if this is it and these weird characters are Pokemon human hybrids?
Who knows?
Right? What if that's what these guys... You said it, he looks like a Diglett, and he does.
He does,
right?
I know.
He does. Yeah. It could be a way. It could be a way of hiding it too. Or again, this could be a building block for that Pokemon MMO.
What? I kind of hope this is a building block for Animal Crossing. I think it'd be interesting if Animal Crossing kind of did something like this.
That would be incredible.
You can go to someone else's island, but it's very archaic in how you do it, and frankly, not good. Animal Crossing, I think, is a cool franchise, but I get frustrated every time I see it because I feel like they're getting away with doing so little every time I see those games. So step it up, guys. Let's see some stuff like this in Animal Crossing.
The No Man's Sky for Animal Crossing, imagine.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, guys, let's talk about what we're playing. We're all playing lots of games, I assume. Micah, let's start with you. Let's get a check in on Zelda. I think you're playing that still, right?
Yeah, so I am playing Link's Awakening. I am at the final dungeon. I got to it last night. So
okay.
Wow,
Link's Awakening. Today. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, the remake on Switch.
Cool.
This is much more my speed. The
really?
dungeons. Oh yeah. No, so compared like Link to the Past, as I mentioned before, I was just the first 3 dungeons. I handled those.
Yeah.
But like the difficulty just spiked so dramatically. And I'll talk about a little more too. Like the dungeons in this game, for the most part, I can figure them out. I needed a hint occasionally from the walkthrough, and that's really fine with me. I don't mind using a guide if there's like a mechanic I'm just not understanding, right? Or if there's like, I missed a doorway that you're supposed to use a bomb on. I really don't mind using a guide for things like that. I just don't want to have to use a guide constantly. And the dungeons in Link to the Past just weren't clicking with me after those first 3, to the point that I was like, I would just need a guide for every step, partly because that game is so maze-like that if you miss like one item, let's say you miss like one chest, the way you have to backtrack to even find where you are in the guide and then try and follow the guide from there beat by beat, it's just too much, right? The dungeons in Link's Awakening do have their own maze-like qualities, but they are shorter dungeons. Like they're relatively compact. You start to learn your way around very quickly. It was just much more approachable. I found that even the more difficult sequences in this game were approachable, partly because it's just more modern looking, and I wasn't struggling to figure out what am I looking at here. And I know that might not be popular with people who are retro enthusiasts, but the reality is that I just didn't grow up with those games. So they look so foreign to me, and half the time I'm trying to figure out, is this a ledge or is this a wall? And like half of it is just me walking around trying to figure out what I'm looking at. And that's just my own perception because I didn't grow up with these games, and to me they're just harder to read, basically.
Gotcha.
And so like, it's charming. The art style is cool. It was really fun to go and play Link to the Past and see these enemy designs in their early stages. It was really cool to see like, wow, these are the same enemies in Zelda Echoes, and this is how they've adapted them over the years. Like, it was really cool to do that. But I struggled so much with, I can't even tell if I'm supposed to be able to walk up this or if I'm like, it's just all about perspective, right?
Sure.
So I really did just find Link's Awakening remake much more approachable. largely because of the art style and because I didn't feel like I just wasn't perceiving things correctly. And well, I'll say too, with like the more obtuse quests in the game, like the trading sequence, I don't mind using a guide for stuff like that. I think people kind of misunderstood when I mentioned that I don't like using guides a lot. It's that I'm not like Colin in the way that he will use a guide for Persona, 60 straight hours of beat by beat instructions. I can't do that. I hate it. Like, I want to use a guide for occasional hints. The trading sequence, yeah, it's a little obtuse. I don't mind using a guide for that because it's just go here, bing, bang, boom, like easy. I just don't want to have to use a guide for the entire dungeon because it is so weird and I just can't wrap my head around it, right? And there was only one dungeon that I really didn't jive with. Like, I was just really struggling to understand the concepts of it. So there was one dungeon I used the guide a bit more, but for the most part, I was really able to figure out the puzzles on my own, using a hint occasionally when it was like, I walked by this door I was supposed to bomb, 10 times, and I just wasn't seeing the forest, for the trees, right? And it really has been fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. And yeah, I'm at the final dungeon now, so I'm going to play that tonight. I don't know if I'll beat it. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's been really fun and I'm genuinely enjoying it. So I'm just going to keep trying these different games and seeing which ones I like, ducking out early if I don't like it because it just, it's my style. And yeah, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think I will play Link Between Worlds next on 3DS. I already have that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun and I'm enjoying being into the Zeldas now.
Yeah. Link Between Worlds is probably a good choice. It's like maybe better than A Link to the Past, maybe. It's very similar to Link to the Past though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost the same Hyrule, like very similar. So you'll probably have a good time with that.
Yeah, and I mean, just I've seen the gameplay for that. It looks more modern enough. It's not quite so hard for me to figure out, what's going on. And that's the one Jaffe has most highly recommended to me, as well as other people, but Jaffe especially. So I already bought it. So I'm going to try that one out next. And then, of course, yeah, I'll go back to Nintendo Switch Online and try a couple more on there. But I am having fun giving these a go. And, I don't even mind if I don't particularly like one of them. It's just about trying it. These are all new to me. So I'm just having fun giving them a go.
Yeah, cool. I look forward to whenever you get to the 3D ones, especially because that'll be a whole new space for you. Never?
I don't know if I want that. I mean,
your beloved Wind Waker. Your beloved Wind Waker with Ganon.
Oh yeah, but where am I supposed to play? Where am I supposed to play it?
You have a Wii U.
Yeah, but I don't own the game. It's probably like $1,000.
Oh yeah. Well, is there store down? I think it is. Actually.
Yeah,
I think that's right. I think the fucking store is down. Yeah, the fucking store is down. God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah. How much is Wind Waker on Wii U? It's like sell a kidney for it.
No, I think you can still buy it at a reasonable. I think I bought it
$52 on Amazon.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
It's regular. It's Nintendo price. Nintendo is not gonna lower the price of their game for you.
Well,
no. You know what we need to do? Dustin has the magic touch of whenever he buys a more retro game, it gets a port to a new console. I need Dustin to go buy it if he hasn't already. And then they'll be like, it's coming to Switch next week. Like, guaranteed.
Wow.
It's got to happen this fall, man. Like, I'm praying and I'm hoping that they release these. I'm dying to play Wind Waker and Twilight Princess again,
Yeah, I would absolutely love that. If I can put my Wii U away for good, I'd feel very happy. So it's just sitting there back there. Oh no, it's in my closet, but it's like, man, get out of here. But dude, Twilight Princess game only on Amazon, whatever this listing is, $227.
Oh my god.
Good lord.
That
ain't right.
I don't know.
That's
it's
not right.
Not,
that can't be
not,
right.
Well, this is what it is. And like, I don't know. This is where Nintendo is just so frustrating. Like, you'd be printing money to put these games on Switch. We'd buy them. You could even do some stupid limited edition, like the Mario what triple pack they did that they stopped selling because they're idiots. You know, it's like you could, even if you did that, it's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Don't you like money? Like, don't you want
Yeah,
Miyamoto to retire and do well?
Yeah, I mean, I get on Konami's case for not releasing, Silent Hill on modern platforms, but Nintendo is one of the worst of them, honestly.
Yeah,
when it comes to not putting their old games on modern platforms, they're probably the most egregious because they have the most important games.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'd love to buy, I don't want to be subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online. I'd love to own a modern version of Super Metroid, or like a Metroid collection or something.
Yeah, I would love to own them, but
and the file sizes will be smaller than like a modern, high res JPEG today.
Yeah, like an update. Yeah,
just slap a couple of ROMs on a card and just sell it for $50, and we're good.
You'd sell for you could sell for $60 or $70 and everyone would still buy it.
Yeah, everyone would still buy it. But, people would complain about it, but nobody would. We'd all buy it. We'd all just shut the fuck up eventually and just buy it.
Yeah, I'd buy it.
They don't even do that. So,
I mean, I just bought a $100 Nintendo clock, so of course I'd buy
it. See?
Boy. The frustrations of Nintendo. You could probably find Wind Waker probably at like a game store there, Micah, if you have like a used game store. I'm sure you could find one around there if you ever wanted to play it. But
yeah, I mean, I do want to play that one specifically. Yeah, I would play that. I don't know if I really have any interest in the other 3D ones. I'm not sure which ones I'd enjoy. No, I just don't know which ones I'd enjoy. Like I've heard, I haven't heard good things about Skyward Sword, for example. No one's clamoring, telling me, "Oh, you
I like
play
Skyward
that
Sword."
one.
It's got problems though.
Did you have the Wii adapter?
Aaron Hansen famously hated Skyward Sword, and I agree with him for all these years.
Oh yeah, it's got problems, but I like it still.
But the HD version was a godsend. When I actually played the HD version on controller, I was like, "Oh my god!" It turns out I actually just really, really hated motion controls.
Yeah, the Wii Motion Plus or whatever it was, that adapter you had to plug in. So my perception is obviously skewed because I remember things like that. And not going over well, you know, with the audience. And I'm like, well, I don't know. That doesn't seem good. But you're right. No, Wind Waker, I would check out. I mean, there's probably another one.
Twilight Princess is probably the other release.
That's on Wii U as well. You can at least play Ocarina of Time on Switch.
Oh, Ocarina of Time on Switch. Yeah, Ocarina is the must. It's
maybe even just check it out because it's so historically relevant, I guess. So.
It's the one that's on every gamer's curriculum. Like you should, that's the one you should play. So
get your gamer curriculum in order, Micah.
I know, and then I'll start playing an actual ocarina. I'll buy one at PAX, like they always have a big table of them for sale.
Yeah, everyone goes through that phase. Don't worry, you'll be there. But yeah, cool, Mike. I'm very happy you're enjoying Zelda. That makes me very happy.
Yeah. Link's Awakening of all things. That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's been great.
The art style makes sense. It's very similar. That goes with Wisdom visually. It's a smaller scale Zelda, so yeah, I could see it being less confusing for sure in a lot of ways. So yeah, whatever you're enjoying, that's good.
Yeah, all good news. Really,
all great.
I mean, I personally actually like Link's Awakening more than Link to the Past. So if anything, it more matches aligns with my taste. Honestly,
yeah, I'm in the other camp, but I do like Link's Awakening. I don't like it as much as everyone else, though, but I do enjoy it. All right, Gene, what are you playing? We were on Summon Sign with each other yesterday, so we can be kind of brief on it.
Yeah, I'm still playing Metaphor. A huge part of why I'm feeling really tired today is really just because I was just up late at night and playing Metaphor.
Hell yeah!
I am firmly in late August now. I am past.
I'm in September.
Okay, yeah. I'm catching up. Pretty quickly, but I think I'm pretty under leveled, so I think I actually need to grind a little bit more because I was actually starting to move fairly fast during dungeons towards the end. But yeah, I finished the second phase of this big narrative arc that's going on. So we'll see what's going on, but I'm still really, really hooked. Still really, really enjoying everything about it. What's funny is that the game is so low tech enough that they easily could have made a Switch version for this, I think.
I could see
it would have been a crunchy 30 frames per second one.
Probably lower.
Yeah,
Switch would probably be lower.
it would probably 30 frames per second and like 540p, or if even that, right?
Yeah, it'd be pretty ugly.
But
they could do it. You're right. They could do it.
But yeah, you can easily squeeze it on the Switch. But if it does feel like okay, well maybe we'll wait.
They'll just wait for Switch 2.
For the Switch 2, yeah, and just easily slide it in there instead of having to worry about trying to jam it into the Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally low tech enough because I'm starting to notice how low tech it is. I've seen some people complain about the budget and production, and I obviously don't care, and I wish people would care less about it. But I see their point.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you go along like a certain route, and then you just have a JPEG, or you just have you just kind of like look at the scenery for a little bit. So and when you stop by a village, so they're really cutting back on just not making this a huge seamless world. You are kind of stopping by different story points or whatever. But that that's just me trying to look for flaws in this game that I'm really enjoying.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was me too as well. Yeah. But I'm just hoping in like Persona 6 or whatever their games further on, they just kind of feels a little more expensive in some ways, I guess. I mean, this game does feel expensive in many ways, but some other ways I wish.
And Persona 5 was such a huge step up too, right?
Yeah.
So
that's true.
And this also does feel like a huge step up from Persona 5. I think a lot of people think that I think people who think that this is too much like Persona aren't that far in the game, because when you get farther, then they're just so much diverse, like locations and areas, and all the dungeons are pretty standard, and they do kind of start to kind of bleed into each other. So but it's kind of why I started to get bored of dungeons, and I just kind of like started to run through them as opposed to actually fighting them, because it's like, okay, well, let me just get the treasure chest and blah blah blah, and let me make sure I find the secret relic in the dungeon or whatever to bring back to the old man. But otherwise, it's great. It's really fun to just level up all my social links really fast, because every single thing you do with any one of your friends will just level them up immediately. So I'm already like level 6 on most of my party, except for the new party members. But I have 6 party members now, so really excited to fill out the rest of the roster. Don't even know who the rest of them are. I haven't spoiled on any of them. When I got a new character, I was like, oh, cool. Did not expect you to join the party. So that's always a fun new thing to experience in an RPG. Especially when these days when RPGs are like, check out this character, and look at it, like that Dragon Age Veilguard.
Yeah, here's your entire party. Yeah, right.
Here's your entire cast. Get to know them. It's like fucking Concord or something. But in Metaphor, it's just like you're just on this adventure, and you never know who you're gonna meet. So it's really exciting. Especially like we play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and we know exactly what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah, of course.
In that story. So it's really nice to play a game like this where we really don't know what to expect, and so much of the story is pretty unpredictable. I'm wondering whether I'm starting to predict where the story is going now. But who knows? I don't know. See, you give me that look and everything, so we'll see.
That was intentional. I was definitely just trying to throw everyone off. I will say nothing.
But the story has thrown in some surprises on the way, and there's definitely been some twists where I'm like, I did not see that coming at all. Yeah. So I'm really excited. That's what's really pushing me. I'm excited to hear so many other people. I see people in Kind of Funny really enjoying this game. I'm like, hell yeah, people, just listen to the story for a little bit, and you're gonna get really hooked, and you're really gonna want to find out what happens next. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've also played Metaphor a ton. Like Gene said, I echo everything. It's great. I really love it. I look forward to playing it every day when I get a chance to. It's awesome. But we've talked about Seven multiple times.
There's so much left of the game, though, man. I'm looking at the broader map. I'm just like, holy crap, man! There's these 2 large areas, and I'm still not done with like the Oceania area that I'm in. Like, there's I'm actually on the way to the tower, Secret Tower right now. So yeah, oh my god, there's so much left of the game. Jesus, like you're not done with it? That's crazy. You know, everyone I know who's been playing it is mostly not done with it, which is so wild.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah.
Persona 5 length or anything like that, but yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not done. I don't know when it's going to be done. I'm not looking at trophies or anything like that either, so I don't
No.
know how many like things are left. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just enjoying the ride,
Mhm.
having a great time. And I've just quickly, I've been playing Dino Crisis still. I'll probably finish it tonight, but interesting game, some cool concepts in there, a fun take on the survival horror genre. I love these kind of games, so I'm having fun. It's definitely a harder one to get into though if you're not a fan of the series already. So I would not recommend you play it as your first survival horror game because it is much tougher in many ways and just archaic in some ways, but it's still cool. Still having a good time. All right, let's talk about just briefly. Banjo-Tooie is coming out to Switch Online. I'm pretty excited about this. I love the Banjo-Kazooie games. Well, I love 1 and 2E. I don't like Nuts and Bolts. The game sucks. But these ones I love, the N64 games. Gene, do you have history with Banjo-Kazooie at all?
I actually do not. Longtime listeners of me might know that I've never actually owned a Nintendo 64 ever.
Right, yeah.
Not once. So every time I played an N64,
And a DS, right? You didn't have a DS?
Yeah. N64 and DS are the two Nintendo systems that I never owned. 3DS I had, and Virtual Boy, of course. But that goes without saying for most people. So yeah, for N64, I just missed out on so much of. So I either rented it from Blockbuster or I played it at my buddy's house. So that's how I played games like the Castlevania 64 games or whatever, because that's what he had. But he did not play. He did not have Banjo-Tooie. So I did not play either game ever. I have no history with them. So. No Scrimblow Bimblow nostalgia from your old boy.
Jinjos.
Yeah.
So
all the little buddy games that I played back in the day are like Arrow the Acrobat, Rocket Knight Adventures, the 16-bit like Genesis ones and Super Nintendo ones. But once we made it over to Nintendo 64, I was firmly in PlayStation. So, I was playing Crash Bandicoot. I did play Crash Bandicoot back in the day. And I love Crash Bandicoot. I was like, oh, this is like the evolution of Donkey Kong, But yeah, Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie clearly were also the evolution of that stuff. And yep, never played it. When that was a whole thing on Smash, didn't care.
Yeah, I get
saw
that.
the headlines about Xbox marketing ahead, which was false, by the way. Xbox marketing ahead saying nobody cares about Banjo-Kazooie. I'm like, yeah, I'm one of them. Completely missed them.
Yeah, I care about them. Micah, have you played any of these Banjo games?
No, I'm not a big fan of these, mascot, platformers type
right?
games in general. Yeah. I like Spyro, I like Crash. Those I did like the nostalgia. But I will say I had the double pack that was Viva Pinata and then the Banjo, Nuts and Bolts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Nuts and Bolts sacrificed itself because I literally to this day don't know what happened, but I opened it up to test it 'cause I bought it at GameStop or something, and I put that game in first, and my 360 had a stroke and chewed it up. It did the thing, it etched onto the disc, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't want that game anyways. I wanted Viva Pinata, so it was just the most economical way to buy it at the time. So thankfully, it didn't chew up my copy of Viva Pinata. It only chewed up that one. I to this day don't know why that happened, but R.I.P. to that copy of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, because it saved my copy of Viva Pinata from being injured.
Yeah, your 360 probably ate the right game to eat.
Yeah,
as a big Banjo-Kazooie fan of 1 and 2, when I played Nuts and Bolts, I was like, what is this? What have they done to my beloved Banjo-Kazooie? What am I doing here? This doesn't make sense at all.
And I fell in love, of course, with Viva Pinata, because of that. So it was like, okay, well, I'm really glad that one wasn't the one that was eaten because I really love that game.
Were there 2 Viva Pinatas?
Yeah,
Was
there's
there
Viva
only-
Pinata, and then there's Trouble in Paradise. Is there a? I feel like there's a actually might be. Is there a third one that was like a party game? I feel like there might
Yeah,
even be another
I think
one.
they were trying to make a Mario Party type game, which Mario Party Jamboree is out right now.
Yeah. Have you been playing it, Gene? Do you have
I
it?
have not been playing. I played it at a
You played
preview
it at a
event in New York
preview,
City,
yeah.
but yeah, I haven't bought it. I'm not a Mario Party guy, so
Oh, I love Mario Party.
yeah.
So fun. But
Yeah, that's
we
right. You guys
actually-
played it a ton over at Easy Allies, right?
yeah. I mean, me and
Yeah.
Hubert grew up playing Mario Party with each other all the time. So fun. The most heated sessions are always a Mario Party. That's when everyone gets the most pissed. It gets personal.
Because you can play like so well, like you can make good decisions, and then at the end the bonus star goes to the guy who took the most steps, and it's like fuck, like you can't control that, you know, like and that's the fun of it, is that anyone can win, but it really does. It's like you could have like the best game of your life, and then the bonus stars come around, and the loser, you know, wins the game.
There's always an element of chance in it. If you play well, you can actually help a lot, but yeah, there is definitely still a little random chance in it, which is fun though. But it's a really fun game to play if you got 4 people around or whatever. Local, it's awesome. But I heard this new one's really good. I just haven't played it because Metaphor's out. But I'm glad people are enjoying it. I wonder if the online's good. I never expected it to be good because it's Nintendo, but I do appreciate that's there.
Well, just for the sake of clarity, there are 4 Viva Pinata games.
Oh,
There's Viva
whoa.
Pinata, Viva Pinata Party Animals, their lowest scored game, has a 56 out of 100 on Metacritic. The other ones are in the 80s. Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise, and then Viva Pinata Pocket Paradise for the DS, which I never knew that they made a DS game. I kind of want to hunt that down.
Yeah,
I kind
didn't
of
know
want to
that.
see if I can find that.
That's interesting. This is a franchise that I never really played. What is this game exactly? Is it like an Animal Crossing kind of thing? Like you raise these pinatas?
Yeah, kind of. Like, so you tend to a garden, right? So you're given this garden space, and you have to take care of your trees and stuff to attract the pinatas, and you plant seeds, and it's a mix of a couple different things, because you're taking care of your pinatas and you're tending to plants, and there's like the little market you go to with the various vendors. There's this evil guy that you have to hit with a shovel when he comes to your house. Like there's a lot going on.
It's like Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And in the follow-up Trouble in Paradise, I think that's the one where they added different biomes. So you go to the desert, you go to the snow place, you know, you go to these different places to find the specific pinatas. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it on 360. It's just, I also though grew up with the television show as a kid. So that's part of the nostalgia for me, is that the show tied into it.
I didn't even know there's a show.
I loved Viva Pinata.
Wow. It's kind of weird they haven't revisited Viva Pinata.
I lament this every day, strictly because like when Zoo Tycoon, when they did the newer one on Xbox One, was it? And which I'm forever mad at the IGN review, because they like really dogged that game, and it was fantastic. Like I will never get over that. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like you could use a couple more games that are family friendly but still fun for adults. That's always my big draw for games like Astrobot. It's like family friendly and fun for adults. Like give me both. And Viva Pinata totally had that. There was a complexity to it in regards to when you fertilize your trees to get the best, you know, growth and everything, and taking care of I'm not getting into it. But it was really fun, even as an adult. It wasn't strictly a children's game. And I think Xbox is the most lacking in that regard. You know, after trying things like Connectimals and all these things, now they have just fully abandoned it feels like. And I don't know. If they ever brought back Viva Pinata, I'd scream. I'd be so happy.
I hope they do, just for you. But Rare's
I keep trying to get Maddie and Chris to speak it into existence, but it's not working.
You should
have the power.
Well, at least have Dustin buy it so you can get like a new version, maybe.
That's what we have to do. Yeah, have Dustin buy an old copy, and then they'll be like, bam, new one's coming.
Yeah.
I do have a new what I'm playing though.
Oh, okay. You do? You have another one? All right.
Astrobot DLC.
Oh, is it speedrun stuff? Is that what it is?
Yeah, goddamn speedrun deal.
Oh
level.
no,
So
you're in the speedrun hole. Oh
I
no.
I've seen
am.
the
So they
tweets.
added building speed, one level from last week, and I think they're supposed to add one today. And yeah, I got in the hole. I am very mad because I can't I can't get in 30 seconds. And other games journalists like Mike Mignotti and Jeff Grubb and Dan Reichert, they're all under 30 seconds. They're all under 28 seconds, and it makes me so mad that I'm worse than other games journalists at a thing. You know that.
Yeah, but I can't stand.
That, and also like LSM listener, Real Radic, he's up there too, 28 seconds, and it's like, oh, and a bunch of my followers are under 30 seconds too, and it's like, man, I can't get it. But like some of these people are like Dan Reichert at Giant Bomb. He played that shit for like 7 hours. So I haven't.
Oh my god.
I haven't played that for 7 hours. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I've been grinding away. I went from 35 seconds down to 30 seconds, but we'll see. I might have to call it though. Because I'm actually legitimately getting angry. Like for the first time in a long time, I actually wanted to throw my controller out the window. Like,
oh no.
Like I'm angry that I can't get it under 30 seconds. It's frustrating to me. So when I'm posting memes about Daniel Plainview of There Will Be Blood, saying there's a competition in me and I hate other people. That is actually how I feel right now, when I see the leaderboard. So,
man, that's funny.
Yeah, congrats to other game journalists. Turns out game journalists are actually pretty good at video games. So,
some of you are terrible though.
Yeah,
and I know it. All right, just quickly, Mario and Luigi Brothership is coming up, but over time, since this game was announced, it was confusing because we didn't know who was making this game because the team that made all the other Mario and Luigi games, Alpha Dream, shut down in 2018. So when this game got announced, it was pretty surprising. But someone got a hold of the box, I believe, and stuff like that. So now we have some information about the developer. It's developed by Acquire, known for Tenchu, Way of the Samurai, and both of the Octopath Traveler games, or at least 2. So there's some JRPG pedigree right there, so that's interesting. And it's an Unreal title. And I actually didn't know this. I had looked at this, and I was like, oh, there's multiple Unreal Engine title games. Princess Peach Showtime, Pikmin 4, and Yoshi's Crafted World. Micah's beloved Yoshi game. Beloved Yoshi. I have that game. I should finish it someday.
They're so good. It's some of the only games where I go for collectibles, but it's because I feel so guilty because like when you have to collect like the yarn Yoshis, for example, and then it's like, well, you got to collect them more because like it's actual Yoshis you're like piecing back together. That's horrifying. Yeah, so if I don't piece them together, they're just trapped in there forever, like that guy in the Nutty Putty cave. All right, like I can't do this. I can't do this to the Yoshis. I have to fix them.
Yeah, got to save those Yoshis. I love Yoshis, so save those Yoshis. But yeah, interesting. Nintendo is always like strangely secretive about a lot of this kind of stuff, about like developers who's working on stuff for some reason. I don't know why they always are. Like, I don't think they revealed that it was Grezzo working on Echoes of Wisdom, but we all kind of knew it was based off the visuals and stuff like that. So I guess it's just interesting to learn that Acquire is working on this game. So maybe there is a further future of this game if this does well. Because I think this game actually looks really fun. And I've never played the Mario and Luigi games. It's just coming out at a bad time. Really bad time for me. But it looks really delightful. Like, Gene, are you excited to play this game?
I am. I never played too much of the Mario and Luigi games, but I'm really excited to kind of actually dive into it. Yeah, Nintendo is secretive about the developers. I think this one was just I don't know. There's good and bad. You want to hide them from harassment and discourse about who's developing what can be distracting. Nintendo is mostly like Nintendo made this. That's a lot of their philosophy. But
yeah, right.
Tenchu and Way of the Samurai. Those are two of my favorite games from way back in the day.
Yeah.
I have no doubt. I wonder if it's the same people though, because I was about to say it's probably not, but then it is a Japanese studio, so who knows?
Yeah, it could be a lot of the same people or some guys. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, for folks who don't know, Way of the Samurai was a really like ahead of its time game in terms of like making choices in stories and having choices impact like the outcome and the world.
It was very short, but there was a lot of like choices you could do.
Yep.
I remember.
Yeah, very short, but you replay it and the story just completely fucking changes because it's short. Then that's how they were able to really experiment, which is super fun.
Yeah,
they should. I don't know. We should make more games like that. Short games that really change up in story. We don't do that anymore.
I think a lot of people just play a game once and that's it, even if there's multiple things. So. Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool.
I mean, so many people who just play a game once and they just never go back to it.
Yeah, they just move on.
Yeah, which I get. Like I don't reread books. So I get that. I get it.
Yeah, but it's like you're reading a Choose Your Own Adventure, and it's like getting to the part in the book you chose the wrong path and you die, and you're like, well, that's it. You just close the book. It's like okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. That's pretty high stakes, and you can do what you want. But whatever. Yeah. Micah, are you going to be playing this Mario and Luigi Brothership?
I'm undecided. I do like the look of it. Like you, Brad, I haven't played the Mario and Luigi games. Like my first experiences playing the, Mario RPGs were the ones, released for Switch recently, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't play, the Mario and Luigi games because I remember always seeing them on GameFly when I would go to like look at what they had for like DS and 3DS. But I never tried them. So I do like the look of it, but I just don't feel like I'm in the mood for this right now. I feel like I'm going to buy it, but I just don't know if I'm going to buy it right away. Not like it's going to go down in price or anything. So maybe I should just get a copy. But I feel like I'm just not really in the mood for it. It looks charming. It looks cute. But I just kind of feel like maybe I'd play this in a few months, but I'm not excited for it. I don't have anything negative about it, but I don't feel like, oh my God, I have to play that. Not like Zelda Echoes, where I was like really, really excited to play it. I think it looks great, but I'm just not feeling it. Same as I was going to pre-order Call of Duty, and I'm honestly just not feeling it right now. Mm-hmm. Like I was really excited for it, and right now I'm kind of like, So I don't know. Maybe I'm just depressed again.
Why don't you just play on Game Pass? Well, maybe you want to own it. I don't know. Oh, you don't have Game Pass? Okay.
No, I refuse.
Okay. As you will. Well, because you play on Xbox, right? If you play Call of Duty?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Only play shooters on Xbox if I can. Anything competitive's got to be on Xbox because it's the best controller in the world.
Gotcha. All right. Let's end the episode with some questions from the audience. If you want to send in a question to this show, head over to patreon.com/laststandmedia. You can submit questions. This show of all of our other shows, we post a thread up there. I don't know when Dustin posts the thread when he comes back, but I post the threads on Sundays usually around in the early afternoon. So keep an eye out for them if you want to submit. This is from B-Boy. Hey, Mario Fisters. Ooh. Do you think Nintendo will ever release a mini N64 console? If so, what games would you like to see on it? Thanks, guys. Micah, what do you think?
I'm not sure if they're ever going to actually do this. It's been so long since they've done the SNES Mini. Yep. I feel like there was a real hype surrounding the NES Classic, the SNES Classic, and now you've waited so long. I'm not saying people wouldn't buy it. Of course they would.
Yeah.
But it mostly to me feels like if they were going to do it, they would have, because they had those released relatively close in time to each other. And now how long's it been? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they're actually going to do this, or if they're just going to keep doing Nintendo Switch Online and putting the games they choose on there. I mean, Mario Kart 64, hell yeah. That'd be the one I'd want to play.
Yeah, you'd have to have that.
Give me that horrible South Park game as well. Bring that one back.
Yeah, I played it.
But I don't have confidence that they're going to do this, only because I feel like if they were going to capitalize on continuing the mini series, I feel like they would have done it already. But who knows? It's Nintendo.
Yeah. I will go with you and say, no way. They're not doing it. I think that ship has sailed. They're not even thinking about that. It's all about Switch Online now. That's where all their eggs in the basket are in that now. Gene, though, what do you think? Do you think it's coming back? And if so, what games would you want to see on it?
Sorry, for which one?
64 mini console.
Mini 64. Gosh. Again, I don't know, because N64 was such a huge
Blind spot for you, yeah.
Blind spot for me, yeah. So I don't, I would just say stuff like Wave Race 64.
Oh yeah.
But without really any kind of real strong attachment to it. So I don't know. N64 again is just N64 was when Nintendo lost me, because it wasn't going to have Final Fantasy. That was a huge thing for me,
Yeah.
I was like, well, if Final Fantasy is not going to be in Nintendo 64, then I might be done with Nintendo,
Yeah.
And of course, it was Zelda that brought me back to it, but and taught me that I should not be ignoring the N64. But yeah, I don't. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. All the usual N64 games,
Yeah, Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wave Race, like you said. I bet they'd put Pilot Wings on it. I think you would need GoldenEye. I think you gotta have GoldenEye. Yeah. Ideally, if you can. That would be hard though, because they'd have to go through Xbox. So I don't know.
I mean, for me, a lot of my N64 memories are just playing the wrestling games.
Yeah, having one wrestling game would be awesome on there. I don't think they would do it, but that'd be great to have. I'm just trying to think. It would be a lot of first party stuff, of course, just because they have access to it easily. But you gotta have a Mario Party on there at least one of them or two. So there's a lot of great games they could put on there because N64, awesome console. I loved that console. I was fortunate to have a PS1 and that, so I was living it up in the late 90s. All right, this is from Parks and Rec. Hey, Punching Up crew, does it bother you that we can't buy classic games that are only available in the Nintendo Switch Online catalog? PlayStation adds its classics to its highest tier sub-tier, but also allows you to buy them a la carte, and I wish Nintendo would let me do that, too. Hate having games like Ocarina of Time stuck in the subscription service and not being able to own it on my Switch. Would love to know y'all's thoughts. Thanks for all you do. Yeah, this drives me crazy. I desperately wish I could buy these games and just have them and not have to have this online service because I don't play Nintendo games online. I think the only game I've played online is Mario Kart, which is all right, and Smash, which was awful online. God awful. So no, anything else I don't really play online. And yeah, it's just insanely frustrating me that I just can't buy these games and just own them on my Switch or whatever my account. Like ideally you'd buy the games and have it on your account and that would carry over to the next Nintendo consoles, but I don't trust Nintendo with that at all, so I don't even know. But Micah, what do you think about this?
Now, it is frustrating because, as you mentioned, I haven't played anything online on Switch in forever, so like I didn't get into, the new Splatoon really or anything like that. I don't want to play Mario Kart online, so I am not buying this for the online. I only signed up for it strictly for the, content that's available. And yeah, here's the thing. On the one hand, it's a pretty good value that for X amount of dollars per year, I can just play these games as much as I want, try them out. If I don't jive with one of them after, like an hour, I didn't feel like, I just bought it. But at the same time, yeah, if there's a game you really love and want to own, it sucks that you can't just do that. They clearly do just want to maintain the subscription model and continue to just have you pay for this, year after year versus giving you the game for a set price. I'm torn because it's not that the service is bad and I'm getting like enjoyment out of it by trying all these games that are new to me. But if you do just want to own Ocarina of Time, it's like, why can't you? It is frustrating. But yeah, I don't really think they're ever going to abandon this model. I think they do just want you to pay for access to the catalog and continue in perpetuity.
Yep. I think that's the case. What about you, Gene? What do you think?
Sorry, what was that again?
We were talking about not being able to buy games on Switch, like virtual console style.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm annoyed that all the other offerings on Switch Online aren't available. We were just complaining on Sacred about not being able to buy the Resident Evil games, right, or Dino Crisis even.
Right.
And Nintendo is the one just doing that whole hog on so much of their games. So, yeah, I just don't know why they just don't sell them. But I do know why, because subscription fees are guaranteed revenue.
Yeah.
And to be fair, NSO it does sweeten the deal for NSO, and I think NSO now has become the actual best value in subscription services and games right now. If you value those old games, so
yeah. I mean, it'd be. I don't mind getting access to all the games. I think that's really cool. But it'd be cool if you could just buy them at least, because they'd probably make more money off me if I just bought them all.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, especially if they don't carry over and then you buy them all again.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how many times I've bought Super Mario World. I've bought that game like 30 times, I feel like, just with all the different versions. So yeah, they'll get me again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe hopefully they're only doing this because they haven't really figured out a way to actually implement a virtual console that could be persisting across generations. But my God, do they need to do that? Please,
yeah, they need it. Yeah. You guys need to get on that level.
It was so good. It was the best. It was the best marketplace in gaming, and it just stopped.
Yeah, it's sad. All right, this is from Post Nut Regret. Hey, punching up. Can anyone attest to the greatness of Nintendo's best second-party franchise ever that may never return? Custom Robo, Arena, and GameCube versions were amazing. And I'm hoping that N64 ones gets English localization. Do any of you have any fondness of this franchise? I've never played these games, so no, I don't.
Same here.
So none of us have played them? Okay.
Yeah.
Custom Robo. I do remember seeing box art of it, but I never got into it.
I wish I got into it. Holy shit. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Reminds me of something that could have been on Dreamcast.
Yeah, exactly. Or PS2 even. But yeah, GameCube. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've heard about them. I know people like them. I just never got into it.
Yeah, now I'm mad that I never got into it. This is cool. If it shows up ever again, I'll be really excited.
Yeah, be nice to get it. Maybe if we ever get that GameCube emulator, we can get it. Mike, I assume you haven't played these either.
No, but looking at these images, this is such a weird like mashup of things. Because like my first thought was like, this looks like Digimon, this looks like Gundam, this looks like Transformers. It's like it's just like all robots, all rolled into one.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I probably would have been into this. I think if I was a little younger, I probably would have been really into it.
Oh yeah, that's how I felt about. Do you guys remember Yokai Watch for 3DS?
Yeah, I remember. I never played them, but I do remember them.
And that was one, I think I rented it on GameFly. And, it's Pokemon-ish, but it's definitely skewed towards a younger audience. It like even younger than like the Pokemon games type deal. Like that game definitely felt like I'm a little too old to be playing this. It was charming. It had some unique, like fun stuff in it. But it definitely felt like, I'm too old for this, and I never like played like I think they did make another one. I didn't play it.
Yeah, I think
it was that same feeling. Oh yeah. I mean, it was very popular, like with the children. And I remember being like, oh, it's kind of Pokemon-y, but it was too young.
Yeah, I don't think this was something I was like, oh, I'm too old for this. It was just I was focused on other things at the time, and I didn't even like notice it. But I think if I was younger, I probably would have noticed it more quickly. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. So I don't know.
Well, it's only $65 on Amazon for a DS copy.
All right. All right. This is from JC Ice. Punching Uppers. Would you buy a $100 controller that had a touchscreen on it so you could play DS and 3DS games on it via Nintendo Switch Online or a la carte? I love to get those games stranded off DS/3DS and onto a modern system. Probably never going to happen since it's too much of a niche product, I assume. Thanks. Yes, I would obviously buy that. I spent $100 on a clock in this episode, so of course I would buy that. I think a lot of people would actually buy that. You think of stuff like the Analog Pocket and stuff like very niche, but they sell out of those very frequently. At $100, frankly, sounds too cheap to me. They'd probably charge way more than that. But of course I'd buy that. I would love to have games not stranded on a DS and 3DS. It'd be great.
$100 is way too cheap. I think people forget that a PS5 controller costs $80.
Yeah, Joy-Cons cost $80, guys. Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Those shitty things that break all the time.
Yeah. No. I really do think that people are not understanding the reality that we're in, and that things are going to be really, really expensive. And I don't think it's going to get any cheaper. I truly believe that the PS6 is not going to be under $700.
Yeah, it's at least going to be 600. At least.
I think it's going to be 700. I think
it could easily be 700.
I think it's going to be $700 at least.
Probably. Yeah, probably will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike, I'd assume you'd spend 100 bones to get something like this.
No, I think I would, because I still enjoy my 3DS titles and occasionally still do pick up the 3DS. So if that was available to be able to play them like on Switch or whatever, like all right, I'd give that a go.
Yeah, absolutely, all of us would do it. All right, this is from Josh M. Hey, Punching Up crew, this one is for Micah. Last week, the first 2 episodes of Life is Strange Double Exposure released. I just beat the first game for the first time and really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to playing the new one next week. Just wondered if Micah is going to be playing it, or if she's waiting for the Switch release, which I think is coming later. ? Thanks for the great show. Always looking forward to each and every one.
Yeah, I don't know if it's out on Switch yet because I was gonna play this, and I'm once again just feeling like I'm not in the mood for it. I did love the original Life is Strange, and I played it through multiple times, but I feel like I was really in a zone for a while with those narrative adventures, right? Playing the Telltale games, playing, Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us. I was really vibing with those for a while, and I'm just not feeling it right now. First of all, if Wolf Among Us, 2 ever comes out, I'm playing it day one. All right, that's my favorite of the Telltale games. But I just am not feeling these games right now where you're kind of like going around just choosing things. Like, it's just, I think part of it's because I recently watched Colin play a couple of them. He played Still Wakes the Deep. He played the Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. He played something else, and they were cool to watch. But I'm kind of just like, the moment for these may have passed for me, and I'm just not really into it right now. So I was originally excited that they were doing this, but I'm not really feeling the gameplay. I'm not really excited for it anymore. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to actually check it out.
I've played Life is Strange 1, and it was my favorite out of the Life is Strange games I've played, and I'm kind of interested in this kind of. I don't know when I'll ever get to it, but I liked Max the most out of everyone that I played as in the other ones. But so there's early access for this game? Like, first 2 chapters? Is that what you said in this write-up?
Well, are they doing it like piece by piece? Like you're only getting...
I don't think so. I don't think they do that anymore.
Oh, I'm out of the loop on this.
Yeah, I think there's early access for this game, and it's like the first 2 chapters or something like that. But I don't know. It's very strange, especially because like these games, spoilers, and I guess, because that's like the whole game. You don't want to know what happens. So there might be a lot of spoilers out there, but that's interesting. But okay. I'll keep an eye on this, Micah, as well. We'll see how it does.
Yeah, because it says it's not coming out till the 29th. So
yeah, I'll investigate more. All right, this is from, let's see, Drac Attack. Oh, this is our last one also. This is a long one, though. Hello, Fist Daddies and Fist Mommy. Huge F-Zero fan here, and I just wanted to chime in on what Gene said in the last episode during the F-Zero talk. While he has a point that there have been many futuristic racing games released over the years, one thing that helps F-Zero stand out, which no one talks about, is the lore. It's probably the only racing series that has a continuity, which is another reason a potential new game would be welcomed, as it is interesting to see where Nintendo takes the story of the games. This, of course, has led to probably the most unique cast of characters we've ever seen in the series, and I think they're pretty cool. One of my favorites being Biorex, a genetically created dinosaur made from DNA taken from a fossilized dinosaur egg. This process has resulted in him having human-level intelligence, which the scientists who created him decided to put to the test by entering him into the F-Zero GX Grand Prix. While smarter than the average dinosaur, he still succumbs to his primal instincts and is always trying to eat the other racers. Other noticeable characters include an alien octopus, a skeleton, an evil clone of Captain Falcon that loves killing cops, a really old man, a superhero married couple, an android poorly modeled after Mario, an evil bull man, an evil purple man with a hose coming out of his head, an alien taxi driver, and many more. I definitely recommend looking up F-Zero characters and reading up on their backstories when you have time. Peace. Didn't they have like Fox's dad in these games or something?
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because as I'm scrolling through it, literally James McLeod is here, and he is a furry man.
Yeah, so people were just like, "Or Star Fox and them connected?" And I'm not sure. I'm sure
he's a 32-year-old furry boy.
In F-Zero GX, he doesn't look like a furry though. He looks like just a normal human. I'm
here on CaptainFalcon.com because he's right. I completely forgot about the characters. But yeah, there are a ton of characters in F-Zero.
Yeah, there are a lot of cool. I remember some of these characters now. I play a lot of F-Zero games, but I don't remember the stories like at all about all these characters. But I do remember the evil Captain Falcon and the alien guy. And there's like a 2 racer kind of thing like that. But yeah, they have a really interesting cast of characters. I think that's really cool. And I love that they put so much emphasis on the lore. That's awesome. But yeah, that's a good point. You don't think about the lore that often in racing games. So that is a cool aspect that F-Zero had going for it. Alas, Nintendo don't care. You just get old games, which is cool, and you get 99, which is also cool, but no new proper F-Zero games, sadly. So we can all feel bad about that. Micah, if they brought F-Zero back, would you play it? Do you think?
Oh, I'd give it a try, I guess. I mean, I didn't know about any of this. All right, the dinosaur, the old man. I didn't know any of this. The only character I could have named would have been Captain Falcon. So it's definitely sounds more interesting than I gave it credit for. If they actually made a new one, sure, I'll give it a try. All right, and I'll say that knowing that they never will.
Yeah, dude, it's true, man. Oh, that sucks. Well, I would try it, of course, day one. It had to be there to support it if they ever brought it back. And I'm sure Gene would be there as well to give it a spin. But that's not happening, sadly. All right. On that note, that's the end of the episode, everybody. Good job, Micah and Gene. We did it. Yay. Another episode done. I'm still mad I bought that clock, but it happened. And I got influenced.
Excited to see it.
I'll report back whenever I get it. Yeah, I'll report back.
Check back in the next episode,
It's not going to be out by then, I don't think, but...
Oh, that's right. Oh, damn.
Whenever I get it, I'll report about it. Gotta get some
that's right.
work
That's
value.
right. So people in New York just got it there.
Yeah, because they can get in the store.
Use it.
Yeah. But yeah, I got to use it for work for something, so I don't feel like a complete idiot. But that's the life we live in. Before we go, guys, anything you'd like to say before we get out of here? Or should we just get on out of here? We good?
Let's just all skedaddle.
I'm going to go have some tacos. I got leftover tacos from last night. Yeah. I've been thinking about it all morning.
Yeah. Let's see. Dustin may be back for the next episode. So I'm not sure yet, but he may be back on that time. So you might get Dustin again, which will be fun.
I'll be seeing him tonight on Tuesday night.
Yes, you're going to hang out with Dustin. That's great.
Having dinner with our baby boy. So
yes, good old Dustin. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening or watching. We appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next episode. Take care. Goodbye.
Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand, LLC, and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and produced by me, Dustin Furman. My co-hosts are Gene Park, Dagan Moriarty, and Micah Watson. The show is edited by associate producer Ben Smith. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand Media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.